Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Let's Trek Together video. So we took a 00 due to minor injuries in Pearisburg, and now we are back on trail. We are going to be doing 93 miles or a 4.5 day stretch to Daleville, Virginia. And in between that time, we are going to be seeing McAfee Knob. I've literally heard every other person say it one of those two ways, so I have no idea how you actually pronounce it, but that's really exciting. That's one of the big moments, or one of the big picturesque moments on the AT, so excited to see that, and yeah, come along with us. Of course our zeros are beautiful, and an hour and a half back on the AT is raining again. I have a feeling we're gonna go through a very, very wet stretch over the next like 2-3 weeks. So I'm already not in the best mental spot, so this is gonna be tough. So I don't know if you can tell, but we are actually going along the ridge line, and I didn't realize we were gonna be hitting this so soon, but to the left is West Virginia, and to the right is Virginia, and I think we're gonna be walking along the border for the next like 10 miles. So the reason we took a 00 in Pearisburg yesterday is because when we were supposed to get on trail yesterday morning, I was feeling a lot of discomfort in my big toe on my right foot whenever I would flex it. It is feeling better this morning, still definitely giving me some issues, but I tend to walk on the balls of my feet a lot, so I think maybe just tendonitis. Let's pray that it is. I'm definitely trying to figure out a way to do heel toe on every step. So I'm kind of relearning how to walk, but yeah, it's definitely a well-needed 00. Again, another mental reset. We're getting into the point of the hike where it's starting to really feel like a job and the honeymoon phase is over, so it was nice to have those 2 days off just to really vegetate. Today has been one of the most boring days on the AT ever. Yeah, it's just been, we've been walking along a ridge for the past, I think about 9-10 miles, but there's been barely any views.
Completely covered in trees.
Yeah, the weather's just been kind of crap the entire day. You probably can't hear that, but that's thunder in the background. Yeah, we're about 4.5-5 miles from camp. We're gonna hopefully stay in a shelter tonight because of the garbage weather, and yeah, we'll report to you when we get there. Good morning, everybody. So, sorry I didn't record last night. I feel like that's the new norm, just stop recording 3 hours before getting to camp. The heavens opened up, rain just started pouring down, thunder and lightning was crazy. We ended up staying at Pine Swamp Branch Shelter. I'm pretty sure that was the right order. Met two awesome, one thru hiker attemptee last year that's now section hiking. Awesome people. If you guys are watching this, hey y'all. Yeah, it was a cold night, dropped down into, I think, the high 40s, maybe low 50s, but between the cold rain and that, wasn't a very pleasant night. We are, I think, shelter hopping for the next few days, just because the weather kind of looks yucky. So we're doing an 18.5 mile day today 2 big climbs, so come along, it should be interesting. Also, my hair is getting very long. The smart thing to do would be to get a haircut, but the easy thing to do is to get a bandana. Molly wants me to get a turquoisey blue, like a light blue bandana, because she thinks it would look good with how tan I'm gonna get in the summer. But if you have a suggestion, drop it down in the comments.
Okay, you're gonna tell me that there's an actual outlet in this shelter? There's no way that this can be real.
Okay, so our first real vista is known as Wind Rock. I am so happy that we have pretty good weather. Wow, this is really beautiful. So beautiful. Okay, let me give you a little update as to what this stretch is turning out to be. So, even with our 2 days off in Pearisburg, honestly, we still feel physically and mentally exhausted. I honestly think it's because we keep banging out 20-mile days, and they're not too hard, but after a while, it just starts becoming a job. I feel like I've said that a few times in the vlog already, but it really is starting to just feel like a job, and we want to be able to enjoy this through hike and really take in all the moments, whether they're big or small. And so instead of doing a 4.5-day stretch to Daleville, I think we're going to extend it to a 5-day. We're going to cut today a little bit shorter, only do 13 miles instead of, I think, either 18.5 or 19. Stop at Four Pines Hostel, which is in between Pearisburg and Daleville, and it's right before McAfee Knob. Take a Nero there, and it was also suggested by a pass-through hiker that we met, Waffles, before, to stay at that hostel. So we are taking your advice, Waffles, and we are going to stay there. And we're just gonna slow things down a little bit. We're still gonna be doing 20-mile days, but I think, do a 20, do a 15, 16. Do a 20, do a 15, 16 instead of just consecutive 20 miles, because it is starting to wear on us. So yeah, that's the update.
Hello everybody, so we are here at Warspur Shelter, and we had a nice easy hike down after lunch. It's really nice to be at a shelter early enough to not be rushing around with all of your things for the night. I've decided that Virginia trails and mountains are completely bipolar. Either it is a completely flat switchback for a nice 3 miles, or it's literally like this up the mountain the entire time. I really wish they'd just give us one or the other so we knew what to expect each time. It's not fun. Oh wow.
Really messed up my old ones. So mine actually.
Look at the steam on that.
Even though mine ripped on the side.
Look at the steam on all of this.
It's because it was blistering the back of my heel.
Good morning, everybody. So last night we stayed at Warspur Shelter, did a 13-miler. Today we are doing an 18.5, and then we are only 17 miles from both Dragon's Tooth and Four Pines Hostel. Sorry, I couldn't think of the hostel name. Very excited because we're about to hit the Virginia Triple Crown, which is Dragon's Tooth. The locals say it McAfee Knob and Tinker Cliffs. So really excited to be coming up to that. Three days. Back in Pearisburg, we bought sleeping bag liners, hoping that we could send our quilts home since the last stretch before that was so darn hot. But the post office was closed, so we couldn't send home the quilt, and I'm kind of happy we didn't because we've been using both. It's been dropping into probably the low 50s, high 40s at night. and we've been super comfortable with both. So it's, I guess, a nice change up. My allergies are terrible because it's going from hot to cold, but I guess that's a part of the trail. Man, this climb up to Kelly's Knob is no joke. It's reminding me of Georgia Hills, just very steep for no reason. Yeah. So I just checked the weather forecast and it's not looking too hot. This week has just been so sucky with the weather. It looks like starting at noon today, it is supposed to moderate to heavy downpour from then until 8 p.m. tomorrow. It's kind of sucky because we were going to see Dragon's Tooth tomorrow, and if it's just absolutely raining, then it's not going to be the best view, but that's okay. Luckily, we are staying over at Four Pines Hostel tomorrow night, so at least we'll be dry. All right, currently walking 100 miles. Oh my God, hiker brain. Currently walking 100 yards west to Kelly's Knob. I hope this view is worth the tough climb. Well, this is Kelly's Knob. It's not worth it at all, and you have to hop these crevasses right here, and it's at least 30 feet of a drop, and it's not worth it. So don't do this. And we are back out onto another pasture. I'm so sick of these. Okay, I take back all the hate. Someone freshly maintained this part of the trail, and I actually really love this pasture. This is really beautiful. So we have made it to Kiefer Oak. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Apparently it's the oldest oak tree in the southern part of the Appalachian Trail, and it is enormous and beautiful. This is our daily struggle. Why is there no AT maintenance? There is so much rain. I do not like this. Please go away. I am really sad. And look at this beautiful cairn that someone made. I feel like on gut hooks it has a name, but I don't feel like opening gut hooks in the rain. So you're just gonna be looking at this up and down. So we've been walking along this ridgeline the entire time, and I bet you it's a beautiful view, but I'm sure it's, yeah. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but that says the Eastern Continental Divide. And if you see, it says 1920 to the Gulf of Mexico and 405 to the Atlantic Ocean, meaning that the Singing River divides below us, and going west is the Mississippi River that dumps down to the Gulf of Mexico, and to the east I think it's the James River that dumps down to the Atlantic Ocean. So that's pretty cool.
All right, everybody, so we made it to Naday Shelter. It was a very rough 5 miles down across a lot of slippery rocks, but we are here. We are hang drying all of our stuff, and we're gonna be spending the night here. So I think this is where we're gonna say goodnight, and we'll see you all in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. Day 4 of rain. We are completely fed up of this, but the saddest part is that it looks like it's gonna be raining for the next 4 to 5 days at least. I think our plan is to hike about 9 miles to VA 620, hopefully get service and call Four Pines to shuttle us over there, just because the 5 or 6 miles after that to Dragon's Tooth looks like ledges, and we walked along ledges yesterday and it was kind of just, it wasn't even dangerous, it was just annoying. If not, we're gonna stop about 10 miles in before we hit those ledges and just call it. Yeah, this just is a sucky week, but it's a part of the hike.
So change of plans. We did a 1.5 miles to a parking lot, VA Route 620, I think that was it, or 621. And Nature Boy picked us up from that trailhead, and now we are staying at Four Pines Hostel for the evening. So we got all the recommendations to stay here, and it is awesome. I'm gonna get a picture of the interior or a video of the interior in just a second. But yeah, it's great to get out of the rain, even though it's kind of not raining at the moment, but 4 days of rain is just very demoralizing. So we're enjoying our time here. Unfortunately, the power went out, so we don't have any access to the indoor plumbing or the kitchen, but luckily we have our cook pots. We picked up a bunch of stuff from the grocery. We're gonna eat and just vegetate and relax, and then we have, I think, about 25 to 30 miles to Daleville, and then we start our Northern Virginia section. So awesome. Hey, buddy. Meow.
The water is gonna be rough, but we'll figure out a way.
I looked and I could see my top of my bikini. I was like, "Where's my bikini?"
So this is Daisy.
I have witnessed you walk around.
Yeah.
I'm kind of one of those people.
96.3 WROV. Yeah.
Okay, everybody, another update. We are actually staying at Four Pines for 2 days instead of 1 day. Even though it doesn't look like it, there was a hurricane that hit South and North Carolina, and we're getting a lot of rain. That's why it's been crazy weather the past few days. We're getting back out on trail tomorrow, and then I don't know what we're gonna be doing, but we're gonna be hitting Daleville soon, and hopefully seeing McAfee's Knob in good weather. Maybe, we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe. And as always, guys, let's trek together.